My husband keeps telling me to come to Reddit about our arguments, so here I am. Do all men feel how my husband feel?
Everyone knows Reddit's the best place for advice.
That's right. I, 22 female, have been with my partner, 29 male, for coming up on 3 years.
Ooh,
19-year-old
freshman
last
in
year.
college.
That's a little rough. That's a little rough. That's a little rough. And our daughter is 4 months old.
Oh.
We got a kid in the equation.
22?
22? 22.
Wow.
He makes sure to let me know how lazy I am.
Yikes.
Thanks, buddy, for making sure you did that. Even though I'm the only one to care for our daughter and clean the house, I smell stinky, man.
Who could imagine the 29-year-old man who dated a 19-year-old was immature?
Who'd thunk it?
What?
He works a lot, and when he comes home, he spends a couple hours on the games, and he might hold our daughter for a couple of minutes. He says that since I'm staying home caring for our infant alone, I should have dinner made. The dogs and pig should be fed.
Is a pig in the equation now?
There's so many things going on. Watered, obviously, and walked. Oh, I guess the pets. Trash should be burned.
I know where they live. I know where they live. They live in the mountains.
They live
I have
in the
a friend
mountains.
that burned all his trash, which makes
Interesting.
sense.
Dishes should be clean. Floor should be swept and mopped. His other kid's room clean. Every surface wiped down. So
What is this?
I think there are at least 2 other children from a previous
Oh, Lord.
lady.
Oh, man.
He also says that there are, capital R, gender roles, and this is what a woman should do to keep her man happy.
Mm.
Yoikes.
Yikes.
That's the largest amount of red flags I've ever seen. I don't have my red flags, but I'm waving
Bro
them.
is not even hiding. He's just
No.
like, yes, women have gender roles. You
He's
should
like, yes,
clean
I
for me."
hate women.
Yeah.
What of it?
I have seen a recent gender role thing that I want to talk about at the end of the story.
Uh-oh. I'm excited to hear this.
Whoa.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, oh boy.
According to him, I don't deserve to be loved on until I finish the chores and put the baby to sleep by myself and made sure that he feels loved and cared for.
So this man is just abusive.
This guy is literally a piece of human dookie.
He should be burned along with the trash.
Damn. Our daughter won't take a bottle and he won't help me with bottles, so I can't go back to work, but I'm also not helping financially. He doesn't stay up with our daughter. If I don't initiate doing the dirty deed, then we don't do it. He straight up says he won't touch me in ways that please me. Because we're not in high school, I feel crazy. He is obsessed with this concept of disrespect. Everything I do is disrespectful. If the dishes aren't clean, if the floors are not mopped, if I leave little trinkets around the house, if I started projects that I don't get to finish and forgot about when the baby woke up, or if the baby has been a little fussy and I'm feeding her when he gets home, I'm a fat, lazy waste of space. And why didn't I get anything done today? Sophia,
Oh
can
my
you
God.
can you chant with me real quick?
Yes.
Divorce, divorce, divorce.
Please.
This is
Please.
insanity.
Oh my God.
Bro,
This man is horrible.
he straight up doesn't care about you at all.
Yeah.
You are
0%.
literally just he's just like, you are my mule of just doing the things done that I want. And
he
if you
just
don't, then
harasses her about it.
God.
And he thought that her coming to Reddit was the best idea for him.
Oh, buddy.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
buddy, I totally forgot about
Yeah,
that.
he was the one who told her to post this on Reddit.
Wait, babe, no, not r/relationship, r/red pill. What are you doing, babe?
Who's the wrong one?
r/Tate fans, babe. I don't text him throughout the day telling him sweet little nothings, so I must not love him.
Oh.
Bro, are you like...
Oh,
Oh my God. This
dude.
is like, if you looked up the definition of gaslight, it's that guy.
It's this,
Gas
it's
lamp.
this guy's face.
Yeah.
Don't gas lamp us into thinking it's not gaslighting, Riley.
Manipulate, mansplain.
Wait, it is
Stop it.
gas lamping. I can explain this later.
Well, I'm going to keep reading this story so you can't.
Never.
Gaslamped.
You'll never.
I can't choose between being a mom and a partner, even though sometimes I have to because my daughter isn't capable of caring for herself. She's a baby.
Oh my God.
It's like he's mad that I can't be his mother for him, right? So Reddit, what do y'all think? Please be honest. He will absolutely be seeing every single word.
Oh my goodness.
So I've never been more excited to get into some relevant comments. But first, Sophia, talk to me.
I feel so bad for this 22-year-old who is clearly stuck in a horrible marriage. And I'm really hoping like one, she has other family members that she can turn to.
Yeah.
But also that like Reddit kind of helps her snap out of this because this is a really awful situation.
It seems like she's maybe isn't fully there, is maybe kind of leaning towards the side of like, this is insane.
Something's off.
Something's
about this.
totally off. And this to me seems like a scenario of this guy who like sees this 19-year-old girl and he's like, oh, here's someone I can get to like do all my bidding and like do all this stuff and like basically make my personal maid.
Yeah.
And God.
Impressionable 19-year-old and this 26-year-old person who may or may not have been still in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, people just, do you not want to love and enjoy time with your partner? To me, I'm like, if we or someone have the means, let's like, I don't know, hire someone to clean so we can spend more time together.
Yeah.
I would never want my partner to clean when I'm like, I want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
I would rather do things to make sure we can hang out.
Yeah. Like get that done together so we can finish and split the chores.
There's this crazy concept towards like both trying and respecting each other in a relationship.
Crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah. Maybe parenting your child as well.
Whoa, Sophia.
Sorry, I know that's a little bit progressive.
I'm a man and I just can't understand.
I've never been able to understand that.
Maybe if you posted this on Reddit, it could get through my thick noggin. But we have, speaking of which, Sophia, we have these relevant comments.
Speaking of which, Sophia.
Sophia's face is just like, what is about to happen right now?
The wink really threw me off. I'll be honest.
It's because I had something in my eye.
Oh. It went. Speaking of which, Sophia.
Oh my God, that's so funny. On to these relevant comments here. So, some additional info from OP. OP, ETA, I kept my daughter because I'm not supposed to be able to have children. Okay, like she continued with the pregnancy, I think, is what she's saying.
Yeah. Okay.
I was 20 when we got together. It's about to be 3 years. Ooh. It's like 2.5 years. I turned 21 shortly after we got together, and he had just turned like 27 or 28, question mark.
Wow.
I should have been more cautious about that. I'm turning 23 soon. 2 work ago says he doesn't consider you a partner.
Clearly.
He considers you an indentured servant.
Yeah. He said you need to do everything and also love me the way that I expect and demand to be loved.
And only then will I give you love.
Yeah, will I give you love?
I will give you 1 token per mopping.
Yeah. You come at the end of it's like at a Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
You win all the points and then you have to go buy the love.
Except all the games are rigged.
All the games are rigged.
And you can't actually buy anything but a little gummy cheeseburger.
Yes, exactly.
That was not inspired by a real story from me. Okay? Fake news. OP says, I say this all the time about like her actually being an indentured servant, not a partner. And he acts like it's crazy to say. Local disaster gay says when there is one partner staying at home and one partner working, household responsibilities should be split so that you have approximately equal free time. That is a great way of breaking it down.
Yeah, I like the equal free time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's like equity.
Equity over equality. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
He's got plenty of time for gaming and sleeping and berating you. I bet you haven't even had an hour to genuinely relax since the baby was born. If not before.
I would bet that too.
I would put my money on that.
Yeah.
Opie says, I worked through my whole pregnancy. I I worked
my
a
God.
full 8-hour shift 3 hours before I went into labor.
Oh my God.
Bruh.
Oh my God.
That's my God.
Oh, this man is so horrible.
I thought it was Braxton Hicks, so I muscled through it.
Contractions, yeah.
Contractions.
Like fake,
Thank you.
Yeah, fake
I was just
contractions.
about to look that up. And the one time I cried, he rolled over and asked me to shut up.
Please,
Wow.
Please leave this man. Please leave this man. I really, really hope that OP has any other family members.
You think that this man cannot get any better? Or
Any
cannot
worse?
get any worse? I'm so sorry.
He definitely can't get any
He
better.
definitely can't get any better. Actually,
And he
can't.
certainly can get worse.
He can, yeah, he can get better because he is just the scum of the earth,
Yeah.
so low down
Yeah.
that he's nowhere to go but
actively
up.
digging
Yes,
further.
he's continuing to dig further
Yeah.
and further down. Janet Banana 67 says, abstinence is the best form of birth control in the situation. Dear heavens, why are you with a man that doesn't seem to like you, let alone love you? He will raise your daughter to think she deserves to be treated like dirt. Opie says, one fear right here, and the biggest red flag is that when I express this to him, he doesn't want his daughter to treat men like I do. Like what?
Oh,
Have
my
a
goodness.
conversation?
He's like, I don't want my daughter to talk back.
Yeah.
As in, I don't want her to have any sort of opinions at all.
She should just sit there and then mop and then sit again.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be, right? I have an avoidant personality and a lot of childhood trauma. Sometimes I don't communicate well, and I'm also suffering in my postpartum. I haven't seen a doctor yet, so I don't really know what's going on with me, if anything even is, but I'm taking my psychiatric meds, so I really don't know if I'm the problem or not. You are not the problem, OP. You are not the problem. OP on her Reddit history and why she married her husband. OP. He is my baby daddy. He is also my husband. I do still want to leave him. I didn't think I could have kids, so I kept my daughter. I used my Reddit mostly for bartending because I happen to like bartending. Oh, like her Reddit account for like looking at bartending and stuff. I didn't know this was how he was when we first got together. And then finally, OP on her husband's background, he was a Marine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, what do we do here?
Ooh, 100% leave this man.
Leave.
Because he has very outdated ideas of gender roles and parenting.
I would leave and sue for child support.
Yeah, you could definitely sue for child support.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no, he's not trying. He's not doing anything. I feel like OP could 100% get full custody probably, because this man doesn't care about his children.
That's another great point.
Yeah.
And he, again, I was kind of picking up on the context clues, but the story said his other kids. So he has at least two other children.
Where are these other kids coming from?
This is insane. Like,
yeah,
there's no.
But I'm also wondering the way that do we know when they got married? Or if they're married?
They are married because she says my husband. I don't know. Okay, so it's been about I was 21 when we got together. It's about to be 3 years. It's like 2.5 right now. I turned 21 shortly after we got together. And he just turned like 27 or 28. And they conceived the child a little over a year ago.
Yeah, so it seems like the way that she's phrasing it is that she found out she was pregnant and then they probably got married.
Yes, I think that.
Yeah. So maybe that's the contributing factor for why she stayed with him.
And she said he wasn't like this in the beginning.
Yeah. So, but definitely leave now.
Dude, get out immediately.
Yes, horrible man. And I feel very bad for this poor woman.
I do as well. But there is more.
No.
There is more to
is
the
it better?
story. It could be.
Okay.
It could be.
Okay.
There are some things that I didn't like being infantilized, but everyone is entitled to an opinion, and that's okay. I tried to show him the post, and he didn't really want to look at it. Make up your mind, buddy.
You asked.
Hey, Sophia. Could you you're making some brownies. Could you
Yeah.
make some for me?
Of course. Yeah.
Hey, Sophia,
Oh, yeah. I'm just making these brownies.
stop. I don't want any of these brownies.
But you asked me to make the brownies.
Are you literally kidding me right now? Get these brownies out of my face.
Ugh.
Nonsensical. Insane. Okay? Best improv podcasters in the game.
Yes.
Analogies.
No one's doing it like us.
That's right. I tried to show him the post and he didn't really want to look at it. And he said, my question should have been, should I get mad when he asks me to clean up after myself? And that I just
The answer would have been the same.
Yes. And that I just spent the whole post probably victimizing myself, yada, yada, yada.
Oh, Lord.
The only problem with what he's saying is that I do clean up after myself, just not on his timetable. Like if I make dinner, I'm not cleaning the kitchen till the next morning, and I'm not sweeping and mopping more than once in the morning. Once a day?
Once a day?
That's already like 14 times as much as we sweep and mop.
The only, like, for me, the dishes, I would be like, well, I want them done at night. That's
Yeah.
me. However, if she's cooking dinner, then he should be cleaning
He should be doing the dishes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Again.
Yeah.
Also, guess what?
What?
You don't have to worry about the dishes, Sophia,
Why? What?
because I already did them.
What dishes?
The ones downstairs.
Those aren't my dishes.
Well, but you usually do all the dishes, so I did all the dishes.
Wow.
I know. I'm just helping you out.
Oh my God, Riley, you did all the dishes that weren't my dishes.
Yeah, but because you usually do all the dishes that aren't
Thank you,
yours, so I
thank
was
you. I
like,
appreciate it,
and I
Riley.
took the trash out. So I was like, you know
Okay,
what? Give
okay,
Sophia
that's
a break
good.
today.
That's good. That's
Woke
good.
up early.
Wow.
Mhm. And I'm not sweeping and mopping more than once in the morning as needed because the puppy isn't all the way house
They
trained
have
yet.
a pup. Oh, I forgot. They have a pig
And a
puppy.
pig. And
I
3
totally
kids.
forgot about that.
And she's 22 years old.
She's 22, taking care. What it sounds like is she's 22, taking care of 2 other kids that weren't hers originally.
Yes. A pig,
A pig and a puppy and a
dog.
new baby.
Okay, you know what's also wild?
What?
What?
50 years ago, this wasn't a problem.
That is true.
Isn't it crazy
and
how times have changed?
that is crazy.
For the better. For the better. For the better.
Crazy how these women have rights now, and you can't just get them pregnant.
Absolutely insane.
It's just crazy that women put up with this back in the day.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Also, Riley, you missed. She worked an 8-hour shift
Yeah.
before she went into labor.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's the thing. She was actively working, so it's not even like,
Contributing.
yeah, it's not even like, oh, she was gonna be a stay-at-home mom. No, she was actively working, and then he is making it so that she cannot go back to work.
Yeah.
He's actively making it impossible for her to go back to work.
It's just control and manipulation.
Yeah.
Like this
Just
guy is
because the Marines do this to you doesn't mean you have to do this to your wife, okay?
Literally, he's trying to keep her on Marine standards, and he's like, I am your commanding officer. And she's like, no, you're not. You're my husband.
Hey, buddy. How about you put the video game controller down and do a pull-up?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
You
your
fat piece of
commanding
crap.
officer was there, what do you think he'd think of you?
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. I've been working on mine.
Yeah, I know. I heard
That's
it
good.
the other day, and I was like, what is going on over there?
You are an influencer, and you influenced me.
Stop.
Okay. I've got Riley saying, "Oh God," in the
Oh,
mirror.
God.
The puppy isn't all the way house trained yet, and that's a problem for him
Oh, Lord.
because of his OCD. I can only be so understanding when he is taking a toll on my self-esteem and sanity.
Yeah.
I've been telling him for the last few days I want to leave him, but he just rationalizes and diffuses the situation enough to go right back to whatever the F he was doing before.
So she's like, I want to leave you. And he's like, actually, you don't.
Like, hey,
Don't want
let's
to do
let's
that.
sit down. Let's eat this delicious meal that you just made for us.
Yeah.
Make sure to clean up right after.
Yeah.
You
We'll
have to
talk
do that.
about this later.
You have to do that. Yeah. Let's sit down.
Yeah.
Me and the boys just running a new campaign on League
Yeah.
of Legends. You know,
Yeah.
it's about to go crazy. You don't want me to get away from the boys, do you?
No,
Absolutely
you
not.
wouldn't
Okay.
want that.
See ya.
And that happens every time she brings it up.
This is your face. I slapped it
Slapped it.
because you're
But you
stinky man.
deserve stinky man.
I'm gonna slap the stink right
alert.
at you. He straight up asked me what was wrong when he volunteered me to take 2 kids, an infant and a puppy, to the park after we ate and it was almost dark. And when I told him it's a lot, he just swept it under the rug and told me to basically get over it and I should be lucky to spend time with my kids. Guess what?
Yeah.
Hubby, you are so right. I have the opportunity of a lifetime to make you really lucky.
Wait on.
You take out all the kids and the puppy and everyone to the park right now. Congratulations.
Whoa, that's a little too crazy.
No, you're so lucky. You're so lucky, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't care about how overstimulated I get sometimes. I spent Easter alone today and all I really did was sleep. And it felt nice. God, this is tragic. I have been so exhausted with everything, but he didn't want to read the post. My God.
He commissioned this post.
Yeah, he literally asked for it. So we have some relevant updates, some relevant comments to close us out here.
Yeah.
But Sophia, yeah, let's get down to brass tacks here. We know she should divorce and leave.
Yeah, we know that.
Got that.
This is easy.
But he keeps like every time she goes to say it, he keeps like diffusing the situation. Like, what specifically? What should we do? Getting down to brass tacks.
Go to a lawyer if you can, if you have the funds.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
if you don't,
it's probably pro bono.
Yeah, pro bono lawyer. Yeah. If you don't, also you could go to like any family or friends that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them. Try and get those divorce papers. Just serve it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you have any family or friends, take the kids. Go stay with them.
Yes.
Again, that might be an issue because he might be like, "Oh, she took the kids" or something. But
true, yeah. I think, maybe talk to the lawyer and see what, because I think you 1,000% should get child support.
Yes,
the maximum amount, whatever is legal. I don't know, but like get as much child support as you can because you deserve it. And number 2, absolutely leave the situation. And it seems like it hasn't been explicitly stated, but it seems like she would want custody. I think so. So get that if you want that.
Yeah.
Maybe that takes more sitting down and thinking. But at a bare minimum, full child support.
Yes.
I would totally go to court for full child support.
Easy. Yeah.
And maybe even start like recording some of the interactions that's going on. To like just
anything
like record
that he's saying to you.
Yeah. Like when he's like, "Oh, go take the kids to the park," and then be like, "You do it," and then he's like, "No."
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. It's easy. You'll collect 10 pieces of evidence in an hour.
In an hour. He's giving it to you.
But, Sophia.
What?
We have some top comments.
No.
Yes, that's right.
No.
Don't do it. Jasper John says he definitely wanted to read the other post.
Yeah.
He was the one suggesting you post here. Somehow he changed his mind when he realized that all of the replies were in your
against
favor.
him. Mm-hmm.
My reply in the other post was, "Your husband is horrible. I stand by that. I feel terribly for you. You're treated like a slave and he does not care for you at all. Even if he did read every reply in the original post, he would just dismiss any that differed from his worldview." Ugh, that would be all of them.
Yeah.
Because he is so convinced of his superiority and self-righteousness. I agree.
Yep.
Ned Stark Raving Mad says, "OP, your update essentially states that your controlling, overbearing husband, and father of your child.
Husband who is a dad.
Yes.
Not to you.
Yes. No, that's not this story today, ladies and gentlemen. That's for another day.
Yikes.
And with the brother uncles. Remains controlling and overbearing even after you try to talk to him again. I don't know how he can be any clearer about not caring about you or your feelings, but only caring about what you can do for him. Please leave for your own good." And Just Rent says he won't take you serious because you need to take actions and not just tell him you want to leave him. But for that, you need a lawyer and a plan you can stick with. You got great answers in your last post, but now I think you need to make things happen. I don't think he will change for the better, and I think leaving him is the best option for you and your child.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we haven't got enough info about these other 2 children.
Literally, it was mentioned so
briefly.
Like I'm almost unconfident in saying that they're actually there because
now I'm thinking maybe they don't exist at all.
Maybe
That was a typo.
maybe it was a typo. Also, possibly the mother of those children has custody most of the time. And she was talking about the instances where when they are at the house, maybe the weekends or something like that.
Sure.
So, but for the matter at hand that OP discussed, which is her getting away, as we said, leave, contact a lawyer, serve the divorce papers. No, like I love that because there's no if, ands, or buts. It's
not
divorce.
like I want to be separated. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
No, it's just here we're getting a divorce.
This is it. There is no further discussion. But Sophia, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to stop discussing right now. Is there anything we can do to keep
we're done. This is over.
It's done?
It's done.
There's nothing.
Just kidding.
Oh, yay.
I'm going to read you another story, whether you like it or not.
Yay.
Real quick, though.
What?
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so
How about gender roles, right? I forgot.
about gender roles.
Here we go.
Okay. Gender roles at the end of the day is how you split up chores. It's all communication based. That's what I believe. You guys believe in gender equality, right?
Gender equity.
Equity?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I was on social media the other day and I saw that this girl, she's in Texas, she was looking for a part-time boyfriend on social media.
A part-time boyfriend?
Yes, to help her clean the house, and he will get rent for free because she's a girl boss. She doesn't have time to clean the house. How do you guys feel about that?
Wait, she's just looking for a cleaner?
You be my part-time boyfriend. You live at my house and you clean.
Wait.
It's weird, but
Wait. But she wants the boyfriend duties as well?
She just says she's looking for a part-time
What does
boyfriend to help clean around the house.
part-time boyfriend mean?
That's just what she said. A part-time boyfriend.
Are we sure this wasn't satire?
I can never.
Riley.
No, she seemed genuine, perhaps.
She maybe seemed possibly like she was telling the truth.
But here, let's assume.
just assume.
Yeah, let's assume
this
in
is
this
real.
world this is real.
This just happened.
I mean, yeah, it's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
Cuckoo?
Yeah, it's cuckoo for Cocoa
That's
Puffs.
crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Not because she wants a guy to do the chores, but because she's online asking for a part-time boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And asking for
for someone
of the
who's
room.
specifically. I feel like she just needs to get a cleaner.
Yeah. If you want to get into it, if there was a couple that lived together and the girlfriend was like always like never cleaning and doing whatever, the guy's like cooking and doing all this stuff, and like it's kind of like this scenario but kind of reversed, then yeah, the girlfriend should they should sit down and have a conversation like, okay, how can we equitably split these responsibilities?
Yeah.
Facts.
So you get your time for rest and, get some stuff done for the household. I get some time for rest. It's truly all about just like
Communication.
Communicating. figuring out a good setup, like real world example. Okay. My girlfriend is not a fan of cleaning the bathrooms. I am all about cleaning toilets.
Wow.
Because I used to clog them like crazy.
Aw.
I'm very comfortable with toilets. So I will clean the toilet all day long. I just did a deep clean of the bathroom.
Nice.
Whoa.
Look at you go.
And she
That's a man.
That's a
guys.
man right there.
That's a man right there.
and she has been wanting to clean the fridge for a while. So we were like, hey, I'll deep clean the bathroom. You do the fridge. And then when I finished, I came and I helped her finish up the fridge because I finished a little early.
Wow.
Done.
Communication.
Boom.
Simple.
The 3 C's of a relationship: communication,
Ooh.
cuddling,
Yep.
coitus.
Coitus.
Wasn't expecting that, but I stand by it. All right, Sophia, what have you got for us?
I got a story to tell.
I got a story for you.
I got a
for
story.
yous.
Am I the a-hole for wanting a divorce because my husband insisted that my boobs were fake?
Sir, that is a bold claim, and you need bold evidence.
You need proof to back that up.
You need some bold evidence for that.
You
pal.
can't just be going around saying those things.
Oh my gosh.
So, Kitchen General 8618 says, I, 30 female, do have very large boobs. A 38G to be specific.
How big is that?
Pretty big.
Give me a fruit.
I don't know if there's a fruit large enough to describe.
Watermelons?
Bigger than watermelons, right? I think so.
Watermelons.
Or
Probably.
maybe watermelon. Close.
Wow.
Oh, G
Probably
gives more
close.
than G.
Yeah, G.
Dude, that's a lot of weight. Oh.
Yeah. Back hurts.
Back pains.
I've been with my husband, 33 male, for about 10 years, and while we have no children together, we're happy. Recently, he's been checking out my body more than before. And I don't mean in a let me take you to bed kind of way. It's more of a what could you be hiding kind of way.
Oh, God. Bro.
He's looking at her like,
He's got like a
he has a magnifying glass and like a little pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I am by no means skinny. I'm 5'5" and 180 pounds, nowhere near as good as I could be, but I don't really have any motivation and don't care as long as I don't look like I haven't showered in months and choose to be like that. Now, I have a multitude of scars on my body, and my husband noticed. One is under my armpit, which I got from running up the stairs with my friend and scraping it against the corner of the railing in my old house. The second one, I'm not even sure where it came from. It's thin though, so I'd assume from a childhood cat, but it goes down my side about 4 inches and on my ribcage. My husband's been getting into more shows about spouses lying to their partners about things, which I do enjoy watching myself.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I know exactly where this is
no.
going. I see you in the comments.
Put an ICU there.
How could you watch a show about that though and enjoy it?
I
About people talking about people cheating and relationship issues.
People like this.
indirectly.
I don't-
Technically, yes. I've watched
Wow.
hours and hours and hours of episodes of those types of shows where those shenanigans are going on
Wow.
Shenanigans.
with my girlfriend.
Shenaners.
Yes.
Insightful.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I want more insight on this story.
I'm so lost.
Imagine like working on a show like that just talk about cheating and relationship issues.
Okay.
That took
It's
us
entertaining.
both so long.
It's entertaining. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
But let's
Thanks,
get
Riley.
back to the story.
Let's do it.
My husband randomly, came up to me and started feeling up my boobs, which isn't out of the ordinary, but still random.
Mm.
I asked him what he was doing, and he said, "How could you lie to me like that?"
Bruh.
I asked about what, and he said, "My boobs."
My boobs.
I said, "My boobs are real. What are you talking about?" He said, "No, they're not. And that you have those scars by your boobs, and they clearly show you have a boob job."
Oh my.
I told him that's not how it works, and usually they cut under the boob for that. He said, "They cut on the side as well, and you're a liar for not telling me."
Oh my God.
I told him I wasn't lying and that he was being weird. Cue an argument about them, and I left with their cats to my friend's house, the exact friend I gotten hurt with. I explained what happened to her, and she called my husband and yelled at him. His mother also yelled at him for that, but his dad is on his side. Yikes. Makes sense where he gets it from. After I agreed to come back home, he said he'd forgive me if I just admit that they were fake.
What are you talking about?
This guy's crazy. I told him that they weren't and that you'd seen me when I was skinny and could tell it was because of my weight gain. He brought up the time I had to go to my home state and stayed for 6 months because of my grandmother, who sadly passed away. My family does eat a lot of fattening foods, and when I left for home, I was 125, and when I came back, I was almost 150. Those eating habits transferred over to my home life, and I never really got back into my healthy eating lifestyle. He continued to pester me about my boobs, and so I told him I wanted a divorce.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Or separation, at least.
Mm.
He backpedaled and begged me not to, but I made up my mind. He called me numerous times after I'd left for a week, crying and begging me to come home. I told him no, and that if he couldn't leave it alone, I wouldn't come back. He started throwing insulting names at me, to which I hung up. Now his friend and girl best friend are calling me an a-hole for wanting to divorce over a simple issue. So am I the a-hole? And there are 2 top comments, actually 3 top comments, and an update. What are your thoughts on this?
The husband is an absolute idiot.
Yeah. So stupid mentally and also in his ability to communicate.
Indeed.
Emotionally and mentally, this man is stupid.
I would maybe sit down with him and try to be like, why?
Yeah. One,
Like-
why do you think that? Two, like, what is your issue with boob jobs?
Yeah.
Three, where are you getting your information from?
And also see like, hey, imagine if the roles were reversed and it's true that I did not get a boob job. Like, how would you feel? And like kind of see gauge his response to that.
Yeah.
Because I'm just getting the sense that maybe it was kind of similar to the first story where OP was like, he wasn't always like this. Like now he's like a different person or whatever.
Yeah. It seems like this came kind of out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, and they've been together 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think like it could be leading to divorce territory. But first, I would want to sit down and just like understand and see if he has like, why is he going insane? Like, is this man literally losing his mind?
Very strange. It seems like he is. But let's get into some of these top comments.
Let's do it.
Spider389 says, he's been with you 10 years. Why is he now asking if they're fake? And then Lonely Octopus 24 says his dad sided with him. Mother of Christ, the stupid apple doesn't fall far from the stupid tree.
Or the orange.
Or the orange. Magdavis says, simple issue. First, he calls you a liar, then doubles down and refuses to listen to your friend and demands you apologize. This guy isn't worthy of your boobs, not the a-hole.
That's right.
So true. Get a man worthy of your boobs.
Talk
Facts.
that talk.
And there is an update. And I feel like before we get into it, it's very obvious. Yeah, as you said, this guy is an a-hole. And all the friends, to that commenter's point, all of the friends saying like, oh, you're the a-hole because this is such a small thing. It's not. He's accused her of lying. When she said, I'm not lying, he said, I will only forgive you if you apologize for lying.
Yeah.
So he refuses to see reason, refuses to trust his wife.
It's completely illogical.
Completely.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. But there is an update.
Oh.
I just want to say thank you for all the support from the messages and the comments, but the amount of people asking to see my boobs is pretty concerning.
Yikes.
Reddit.
All the red pill guys are like, but I have to see what he's talking about.
But you don't understand because maybe we need evidence.
They're like, prove it.
No way they're that big.
Nice incel voice.
Along with the two asking to date me or wanting to take me out. But again, thank you for the offer. And to clear something up, when I posted this, I'd already been with my friend for 3 days. So it hasn't been that long. And I decided to go back home to really talk it out since someone said someone may be saying something to him. I talked to him about it and his answers constantly changed from no one made him think that to I'd seen something that said they're making implants that feel more real, which I've never seen anything saying they were, to finally telling me the truth, which was his coworkers were telling him.
Coworkers.
What pictures have they seen?
I think these coworkers are going to the same places that Riley is going to find all of his conspiracy theories.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they're sending those little videos out, the fake news article videos, and they're like, oh yeah, this is real.
Boob implants disguised to be real.
Boob implants that look and feel and are just like real boobs.
Is your wife lying to you?
I don't
Here's to
follow
tell
conspiracy
how.
theories. I just think they're funny. I don't do that anymore.
Right.
Anymore. I asked him how he could think that knowing he's seen my body change, and he said he didn't know. He showed me the picture of us he showed his coworkers where I was wearing a waist trainer and a bodycon dress. While you could still tell I had some weight in my stomach, but still a lot in my boobs. I rolled my eyes as I set the picture down and stared at him. He eventually told me that his coworkers were telling him so much that they were fake. And when he mentioned my scars, it just caused him to believe it more. I said, so you'd believe your coworkers who you've known for 6 months and know how they act around women over your wife of 10 years?
Yes.
He eventually broke down crying, which was pretty uncomfortable. But then he said he'd do anything to make me forgive him. Yeah, you look like a loser.
Literally so pathetic.
Yeah, you've already like been screaming at your wife that she's, fake and blah, 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 and lying. And now you're, doing this.
And like, if they were fake, why the big deal?
No, that's what I'm saying. Why was it such an issue?
He like attacked her.
Yeah.
He's like, I caught you. And it's like, caught me with what?
Like, what is your issue? If they look fine, why are you making a problem about it?
If she did get a boob job, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Like if John's thing got bigger, I'm not complaining.
As HR, I'm going to have to find
Riley, you're banned from analogies for the rest of this episode, okay? You're on analogy timeout.
Analogy time.
For the rest of
Ouch. Throw another orange at him.
I need my boy. I need Sam here. He'd back me up.
Oh my God.
Sam.
Lord Almighty.
Oh.
I asked him why he would still think that about me after feeling them. And he said because he didn't want to admit he was wrong.
Then why accuse her in the first place?
Facts.
And have me hang it over his head. I will admit I've done that a few times, like when he bleached his whole load by mistake because there were 2 white shirts in the load. And he thought adding bleach would be fine. And another time he was messing with the cats after they healed from being neutered and were spraying everywhere. Not a fun 6 months and got sprayed in the face. So both times he was stupid and she was probably like, that was stupid. Why did you do that?
This guy's an idiot.
Yes.
So what I'm learning here is this guy's not smart. I told him that I wanted him to find a new job and couples therapy like some of you had suggested. He agreed immediately and began drafting his 2 weeks notice. We both make enough and have enough saved to go without jobs for at least a month and a half since we have separate finances and a joint account for bills. We both make over $100K a year with me in human resources and my husband working in medical. So when my husband had an office party for one of the boss's birthdays, I wanted to talk to the coworkers who told him what they thought.
Ooh.
Do they work at the same place?
Let's go.
Is she
Imagine.
HR at their...
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that would have came up.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
When I saw them, I was personally not that shocked. They were decently in shape men, but still not as good as they could have been, with beautiful wives who've clearly had work done. Nothing crazy, just filler and Botox. While my husband was giving his notice to his boss, not the one whose birthday it was, I went to talk to them and their wives. Their wives were shocked at their husbands and what they had said about me, and began to quietly chew into them about that, since I assumed they were the reasons the wives got some work done. I could be wrong though, but still, my husband and I enjoyed the rest of the party and went home. The next day, my husband was pestering me to go into work. I'm able to work from home or in the building, so I agreed after some questioning and went in. When I came home, he was nowhere to be found. But what do you think happened?
He's cheating?
Ooh.
The entire apartment was deep cleaned. Like I'd been wanting it to be. Lunch was made, and all the cat appliances like litter boxes, food, and water bowls, and cat stand had been deeply cleaned as well.
Oh, snap.
After about 20 minutes of me looking around, my husband came home. He was a little upset I'd come home earlier than he wanted since the carpet wasn't completely dry. He'd cleaned it with a rug cleaner like I'd wanted. He'd made my favorite food that my grandma had made since after the funeral I'd inherited her cookbook and some money. My husband then gave me a few of my favorite flowers, which are hibiscus flowers, and a small handwritten note. He used to do it all the time in college and when I did an exchange program in Brazil for fun. It was a full apology saying how sorry he was and that he should have known to distance himself from his coworkers.
There we
and
go.
should have stopped them from talking about me in a bad light.
Thank you.
There's more to the story, but I'm glad that he's at least in part taking some responsibility.
It seems like it is starting to get through his thick skull.
Yeah.
What do you got, Riley?
Is this love bombing.
Ooh. It could be. It could be. I think it depends on how it goes in the future. I feel like you can't necessarily tell love bombing right away.
It could, because
after the first instance.
This could be two things. It could be him genuinely being like,
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. My wife just put up with all my idiotness. Let me give her a nice little surprise.
Yeah.
And then that's great. It also could be like, let me just like try to get back in her good graces right now and just like do all this stuff. And then
not make any actual
And then I can
change.
be a slob.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Emotional slobs. I smiled and thanked him for the flowers and continued eating. After I'd finished, he'd cleaned the kitchen for me and took me upstairs and ran a bath for me and picked out some comfy clothes for me and gave me a full body massage.
Whoa.
Which did not, without it ending in sex. That's so sweet.
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doing
Later,
it.
that's so nice that she's like, and he didn't even try to have sex with me.
That's right. He didn't even touch my boobies.
Later after, he'd taken me out to dinner and paid for it all. He always does, but it's still good to mention. And when we gotten home, we did end up having sex, but it was better than usual.
Oh, snap.
All focus on me instead of the both of us. I didn't have to get, I didn't have, should I alter this?
No, keep reading.
Okay, I didn't have to give head. And after,
Oh.
this seems like I was going to say, this is kind of raising the bar, but no. This just seems like the bar is so low. Like I didn't even have to do that.
Right.
And after I was completely satisfied, the act was over, even if he didn't finish. After that, he cleaned me up and got me something to drink. I asked him why his aftercare was different than usual. It was usually a kiss and cuddling. He then said that he wanted to do more in order for me to forgive him. He then gave me an even longer apology, saying that even after all of this, I don't have to forgive him. And he knows he was being stupid for not admitting he was wrong and not backing down, but he'd do anything to get me to not divorce him, even if it meant being a stay-at-home husband. I laughed, since he was usually the one wanting to be the breadwinner and wanting me to be a stay-at-home wife, which is why I work from home for the most part, so I can still have my own money. I told him that I do forgive him, and as long as he finds another job and we get therapy, it was fine, and I wouldn't divorce or separate.
Wow.
He continuously thanked me and said he thought I'd never forgive him. I said I thought I was being a little overdramatic when I said a divorce, but it's fine. I didn't mention my post on what to do, and we were happy again. Our therapy session is scheduled in the next few weeks, and we're bringing the cats back home soon.
Aw.
Thank you again to everyone who gave me advice and did say I was doing a little too much by wanting a divorce. I hope you're all good. And there are 2 top comments to finish us off.
Let's close it out.
Cynical and see that whole thing is love bombing, as Riley said. But I genuinely hope the future goes well for you, OP. And J Shot Boxing says, I'm glad he's taking accountability and admitting that he was in the wrong. The only thing I'm still thrown off about is the fact that he called you names and berated you when you mentioned a divorce. I really hope that doesn't become a habit and come into future arguments, because that can turn into verbal abuse. I'm glad you guys are doing okay right now, though. And that is the end of the story.
That is the end. Wow.
Yeah.
Real quick, there was one part I wanted to discuss.
Yes, let's discuss it.
Which was, he left the job.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, couldn't we go to the HR and report these 3 guys?
Well, that's what I was
Ooh.
thinking for commenting. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They were commenting to the point, like, it's already bad if they're like, oh man, like maybe she's got some fake stuff going on. It's even worse for them to be like, dude, you need to confront her about this.
Yeah.
This is
what? It's very strange. That's a very strange. I mean,
Get him
it seems
outta
like he
here.
was showing them pictures, which is also, I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless they were just pictures of him like with his wife. He's like, this is my wife.
Yeah, like, oh, we went to a barbecue last weekend.
Yeah.
Here's how fun it
but
was.
the fact that if it was those type, they're at a barbecue or whatever, and they were like, she's got a boob job.
Yeah.
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 Like,
crazy.
I'm sorry, did you zoom in on them?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, go back to the
Go
one where she was in it.
back. Zoom
Hold
in a
on,
little bit.
hold on.
Oh, yep. She
Yeah.
got a boob job.
Hold on, wait. I think I need to study this one a little bit more deeply for my full assessment. Yeah, like absolutely crazy.
So strange.
And I think that they one, deserve the punishment, and
Yeah.
two, like obviously OP is an absolute freaking idiot for doing what he did as far as
You
like
mean OP's
accusing her.
husband?
OP's husband. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, OP's husband. But they, I think that OP should stay at the job because, like, professionally speaking, they were the ones that did this in the professional context, and I think
Wait, OP's husband should stay at the job? Or
OP's husband should report them
yes.
because they were the ones that said this, like, in a work relationship environment.
Yeah, but he would probably get in trouble because he probably was also saying stuff like that. I feel like that doesn't just come up unless they're, in conversation.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they could, like, basically turn
Flip
around,
it
snitch on
around.
him, basically.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true. And, like, I mean, they are financially okay, so it ultimately is kind of inconsequential. But
And that also might be like the work environment there. It might be like a very like
if it's a boys club,
yeah.
And then if, like, him reporting that would actually make it worse for him, and they're like, "Yo, why are you ratting on?"
Yeah.
the
So maybe
boys?
just in this circumstance, just leaving is the best.
Could be,
Trying to find a more healthy environment
could be.
where the coworkers don't comment on your wife's body.
That would be a good
Crazy,
work
I know.
environment to be in.
Yeah.
But on the husband's apologies, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about it?
I mean, okay. I understood why she initially wanted to get divorced. I don't think it was like crazy because he literally would refuse to listen to her, refuse to believe her. However, I do think it seems like he's actually trying to make an effort to apologize.
Yeah.
And it's not just the apologies. They're also going to like therapy.
Yes.
So I feel like all the right steps are being taken. It very quickly could become a situation where, he's love bombing her or he'll go back to his old habits. So I feel like that's just something you have to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, it's a good sign. Ultimately, it is the consistency.
Yes.
In a year from now, how has that last year looked, and where are you at that point? That, I think, is the big.
Yeah, it's a good sign, but will it lead you to your destination?
That is the question. That is truly the question. But Sophia, we are not divorced from this episode.
No.
Because we have one more story to engage in.
Lay it on me.
All right. Am I the a-hole for telling her that we're never becoming serious if she stays friends with her ex? That's the question.
Ooh.
This comes from
tricky.
Open Address 2805, who says, I, 29 male, have been seeing this girl, 26 female, for about 3 months now. We work at a bar when a mutual friend of ours introduced her to me. She was beautiful, quick-witted, and confident, so I was instantly attracted to her. Oh, goodness.
Love at first sight.
We hit it off immediately and spent quite a lot of time together over the next few weeks. In that time, we have learned a lot about each other, and I also discovered that she was in a 6-year relationship that ended recently.
Ooh.
Pretty big. She's 26 years old, and she's been since 20 years old. 6 years. That's
a pretty big. That's not nothing.
That's not nothing. They ended up breaking up amicably, and they are still good friends. They still hang out, although she swears it's just platonic.
Yeah.
She swears. They go out to dinner together, catch up over drinks, etc., etc. She said that he helped her immensely during a tough period in her life, and that they were still very close despite the split.
Ooh, that's a tricky one. I am a person who's like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to be friends with your ex.
Yes.
Like, I think there are instances where it's fine. However, I don't think I would knock OP for being a little bit like worried about a person who recently split up from a 6-year relationship and is still actively very close.
I think this is a situation of nuance here.
Yes.
Where it's like,
why did they split up?
Yeah, why they split up? I mean, we do get some insight here, catching up over drinks and all that. I mean, I could see like you're going out to let's say you're going out to drinks once a week. Like that, I don't know.
No,
like
I really just want to know why they split up, because if it was like long distance, they couldn't do long distance, then all those feelings are still there, And
now they're like, man, we're being apart. Like, I've been missing you. Let's get dinner more often. Let's get some drinks more often.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another, and we're like, dang, we're going on all these dates.
Yeah. No, again, like I feel like there is a world where this is totally platonic and
Yeah.
the girlfriend is like, yeah, no, like there's nothing going on. However, I'm again nuance. OP,
Yes.
I feel like, yeah, has a right to be a little bit
I
skeptical.
I possibly detect a stench.
Yeah.
There could be a stench,
Could be a stench.
but we got to sniff.
We don't know where the wind's blowing.
That's right. But let's find out. I said, cool, as I didn't care about that since we were just casually seeing each other. About 2 weeks after that, she brings up the possibility of us being more than just casual hookup / date partners and being in an actual relationship.
Okay.
It's moving on.
It's
We're
moving.
getting serious.
Yeah.
I told her that I would definitely be down for that
Ooh, stipulation.
if she cuts her ex out of her life.
Whoa, yeah.
She started laughing. And I said, no, it's not a joke. It's all serious.
I don't joke.
I don't joke.
I don't laugh.
I'm not a joker.
I'm Batman.
I'm not dating a woman who's going out on dates with their ex still. I don't mind at all if you have a healthy, non-toxic relationship with your ex, but catching up and still communicating frequently, I'm not putting up with that. I don't go out to dinner and do back-to-back shots with any of my exes, so I think it's completely fair to me to ask you to do the same. Quick pit stop.
Yeah.
How are we feeling now? We detected maybe some stenches.
I'm kind of leaning towards OP. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I
Like being in the right?
yeah, like OP
Yeah.
being in the right. I think I'm there too. I don't necessarily know that there's like cheating or whatever. Or
No,
it's
I
not
don't
even
think
cheating
there
yet, but, like,
is. But yeah, I feel
it's
like it's
the
just a level
close-
of comfortableness.
yeah, it's like they're like
Yeah.
kind of like I think OP said it pretty decently, where it's like, hey, there's nothing wrong with having this like
Yeah.
healthy, non-toxic. Hey, we're in touch, we're amicable, we're friendly. There's no reason to harbor hate and resentment and all these things. We, maybe you catch up from time to time, be at group friend
Yeah.
outings. Like that's all fine, health, great and good.
Fine and dandy.
But if you're like maybe doing back-to-back shots,
Yeah.
remove the two.
Yeah.
Could get dicey.
Could be doing
It
fractions.
Could get dicey. She said there's no way that she's just never going to talk to her ex again. Oh, and sorry, real quick. What do we think about OP's kind of ultimatum? Never talk to your ex again.
I mean,
It's also tricky, right?
did they say never talk to them again?
Yeah. If she cuts her ex out of her life.
Ooh. That maybe is a little bit.
Yeah. I think they're both doing a little too much right now.
Yeah.
She's like being a little too buddy
Too buddy.
and he's being like too harsh. With his ultimatum, the one thing I will say is it's kind of like I'll do this diet, but I'll let myself cheat sometimes. Like it could be kind of hard to like find what that line is, but I think I do not think you should lead with hey, you have to cut her out of your life. I think you set up some healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if she does not uphold to those boundaries,
Yeah. Then
maybe then you can have a conversation of that. But doing this off the rip seems like a lot, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a little bit too far. I understand. I understand his reasoning.
Totally.
I think it maybe is a little bit too far. Like I don't like, but again, I'm thinking, oh, well, she'll never agree to that. In that case, they just don't get together.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe this just wasn't meant to work out for either of them.
Maybe. Let's find out.
Yeah.
I said, okay, then we can stay casual then. Fine by me. So
Yeah.
there you go, I guess. She said cool, but then 2 minutes later started going off on me for being insecure. I said, I'm not insecure. I just have certain boundaries. If you're not going to cater to them, we can just keep things as they are. I've got absolutely no issue with that. We ended up getting in a huge fight about it. She kept reassuring me that what she had with him was in the past And I kept saying, I don't care how much you reassure me. If you want a relationship with me, you're going to have to cut ties with him. And we do have some relevant comments to close us out. But yeah, I am leaning on just don't get together.
Yeah. I think that's just,
Don't even like.
You don't even have to worry about like all of the fans, buts.
Yeah.
Don't got to worry about trying to figure out the relationship with the ex. Just don't get together.
Yeah. I think even like casually seeing each other. Like,
I think it's too messy.
At this point with the friction of this thing.
Yeah. I feel like if this were like an actual relationship, they were in it and this was coming up, that'd be different. I would have different advice.
Yeah.
But like they're not in a relationship.
They're not in a relationship.
Yeah.
There's no need.
Like maybe we think OP's a little bit like too far in what he's asking for, but you know, it's not a relationship yet. So he can be like, I just don't want to be in a relationship with you. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think
and he reserves that right, I think.
Yeah, I think he could be like, hey, this is personally like what I want in my relationship. And if you're not about that, you know what? Totally understand. And you should have what you want in a relationship, but it's probably not a good idea for us to get together.
And which I don't think this is in this scenario specifically. I don't think it's controlling.
Yes.
Because they aren't in a relationship.
Correct. Yeah. This is very, very nuanced.
Very nuanced.
Very nuanced.
Yes. You wouldn't be able to pick it out if you didn't have John and I's keen eye.
Us detectives on the case.
Wait.
Watson?
What? Where did that come from?
Watson.
What?
I'm a detective. Okay?
Is that why you've been making detective jokes?
It has been inspiring me. Been sitting over there.
I didn't even notice that.
But I digress because we have some relevant comments. BLZ 4200 says, not the a-hole. You can refuse to be in a relationship with someone for any reason and not be an a-hole because that's not your vibe.
There's not a relationship.
Just not a fit. It happens. Clash Bandicoot Cutie says, yep, boundaries are healthy. And if this is important to OP, they should hold them. There you go.
Yeah.
Artie Gex says, yeah, as long as you're telling them your boundaries rather than telling them what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
It's their choice from there. It's a subtle distinction, but an important one.
Subtle. Nuance.
Lucky Log 2212 says, exactly. If she can't be with her ex in her life, then what is going to happen if they marry? Will she do it then or not? He set his boundaries and she can either accept them or not. She said she will not cut off her ex. So he responded with, I will just be your friend. Why don't people get that? This exchange was completely mature in adulting.
Yeah. No, this is, again, not a situation in which they're dating and he's trying to control her. They have not started dating.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to get into a relationship because I don't want to form any problems, resentment, whatever. Like you don't
He's
deserve
like,
that.
I wouldn't be comfortable with it. So I couldn't go into this relationship. It wouldn't be fair to you.
Not a good fit. It's not fair to you. War Chief Rip Nugget says, mature on his side, she resorted to fighting, arguing, and attacking his person, insecure, etc. And that is it.
Yeah.
That is all she wrote, literally.
All she wrote.
Wow. Well,
wow.
I think this ended as it should have ended.
Yes, they shouldn't be together. Sometimes people just shouldn't be together. Yeah.
That's true. And while OP and this person might not have love, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.